Hello and welcome to Banks and Markets. This is Binam, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about Sharpe ratio. Remember, this is my video. You'll find a number of videos I've made on portfolio performance evaluation techniques. So finished trainer ratio, and this one is about the Sharpe ratio, a very popular ratio developed by William Sharpe, Nobel Prize winner, and this is the paper Mutual Fund Performance, published in the Journal of Business in 1966. So Sharpe conceived of a composite measure to evaluate the performance of mutual funds in this paper. The measure followed closely his earlier work on capital asset pricing model, but in this one he deals specifically with the capital market line, okay, not the security market line as it is the case for trainer. So that's the formula. Again, same excess return, same as in trainer ratio, but the denominator is standard deviation of the portfolio or standard deviation of the stocks. So you can say that the performance measure is similar to trainer measure. However, it seeks to measure the total risk of the portfolio by using the standard deviation. Total, because when you say standard deviation, this includes both the systematic risk as well as unsystematic risk. So because the numerator is the portfolio's risk premium, this measure indicates the risk premium return earned per unit of total risk, whereas in the case of trainer ratio, it is a risk premium return earned per unit of systematic risk. Okay, so that's the main difference. And this is also the reason why this measure uses the CML to compare portfolios, unlike trainer which uses the SML. Now what I would like to do is show you the illustration on Sharpe, and here I've got this market and XYZ as three managers portfolio. So Sharpe, if we use the formula, can be simply calculated by finding out first the excess return, which is the market, take away the risk-free, which I'm going to lock, and therefore divided by now the standard deviation. So that's giving me Sharpe for the market for 15%, and for the X, Y, and Z 11, 18, and 22. So higher the Sharpe, better. So Sharpe of manager Z is highest, which is 22%. Therefore we can conclude that in terms of risk adjusted return given by the Sharpe measure, portfolio manager Z has performed the best. Now this is something we can also see using the diagram, and that's something I have just done here. Let me reduce the size. So I have it here, or I can reduce this space here like this and increase a little bit, and now I know that the risk-free rate is 4%. So if I draw the line from 4 and the market is 7, which is this, then I should be able to see that there are two managers which are doing better than it's above the CML line. And what we can do is see who they are. So add data levels and then format data levels. In terms of formatting, I click value from cells and then I take these. Okay, I don't want them, and I simply close this. So manages Y and Z, and Z, as we told, 22% is the highest. So in terms of comparison or evaluation, portfolio X, which has a Sharpe of 11% or 0.11, has the lowest risk premium return per unit of total risk, failing to perform as well as compared to the market portfolio. In contrast, portfolio Y and Z performed better than the aggregate market because Y and Z are higher than 0.15, and portfolio Z has performed better than portfolio Y. Okay, so that's about the Sharpe. It's also known as return to volatility ratio, very popular, and sometimes when it is difficult to distinguish the composition of the stocks in a portfolio, whether they are representing the entire the benchmark related stocks or not, it's always safe to take Sharpe instead of taking the trainer measure. Possibly that's one of the reasons why Sharpe is popular. Remember, both Sharpe and trainer are simple, intuitive, and they just provide benefit cost comparison of the risk return trade-off. Okay, trainer is conceptually linked with SML and capital market theory, whereas Sharpe is linked with CML and capital market theory. Okay, both are relatively simple to calculate, and both are widely used in practice. Okay, now of course there are some disadvantages. For example, trainer ignores unsystematic risk in a portfolio, okay, whereas Sharpe, it ignores diversification potential of the portfolio. So these advantages, disadvantages are important to be considered. So thank you for watching the discussion related to Sharpe, and in my next video I'm going to talk about the Jensen alpha.